Hi there, beautiful thrivers. Welcome back to another video with Thriving in Chaos. It's Wednesday, and for me, that means WTF Wednesday, weekly tracking of finances. So thank you for being here. Click that subscribe button, like the video, and let's go. Hi everyone, I hope you guys have been doing good. Like always, we are going to be going over our past week of online and cash spending expenses and unstuffing some money from our envelopes. I can already tell you guys I didn't spend a lot this week just because we just didn't go out very much, but we do have some spending, and since I already know that this video is going to be a little bit short because of the fact that we didn't really spend a lot, I'm also going to throw in some bonus clips of things that I do on how I track my bills as they come out and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that and you want to see how I do those things, just stay tuned to the end where I'll start doing that. But before we get started into this video, let me go ahead and grab today's prompted card. If you're new to my videos, this is a prompted card. It's basically a conversation starter, so I'll ask and answer the question on the card in this video, and you guys can put your answers in the comments below. It's just a little something to help us get to know each other better. So today's prompted card is, I keep pulling just from the edge here because I know we are very close to having done all of these, but I do have a plan in the works for what's coming next once we are finished with these. Let's do this one. What's one thing you wish you had known as a child? There's a couple of things I wish I had known as a child, and probably a lesson I wish kids today could learn is that feelings are fleeting. How you feel right now isn't how you're going to feel in a month from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, 20 years from now. And to not base real life altering decisions on your feelings. A lot of times we get caught up in our emotions and allow our emotions to dictate choices that maybe weren't the best ones to make because you're not going to feel that way forever. That's definitely one. The other would be start practicing budgeting now so that your future older you can thank you later. But yeah, I would say the feelings definitely is the main one. Budgeting, definitely a very close second. What about you guys? What's the one thing you wish you had known as a child? All right, so WTF Wednesday time. We have a couple of expenses, not too much. We are still practicing the swipe less and use cash more thing, but even still we didn't have a lot of purchases this week, which is great. I love that and appreciate that, but it does make these videos quite short, so I will be, like I said at the beginning, filling in some time with showing you guys how I track my billing. So I don't know that I've ever showed this on camera before. Actually, I don't think I have. So you'll get to see an inside look on how I track the billing and the bills as they come out and just making sure that we had enough money to cover those bills, etc. So anyway, let's get to this. If you're new to watching these types of videos that I make, basically every single Wednesday I come on here and we track our online expenses, online only here, from Wednesday to Tuesday of the previous week. And this is so that I can make sure that I am paying back my account for the things that we do swipe for. And this works really well when you have an online account buffer that belongs nowhere. It is just to buff up your account to allow you to spend. It's basically like a petty cash that you spend each week and replace from the money that you've saved in your envelopes over time to make those purchases. And recently, my husband and I have decided we're going to try and swipe less and spend more just cash, in-person cash, because we find that we spend less when we're having to actually hand over physical cash. We start second guessing. Do we really want to buy this? Do we really want to do that? When we're actually having to give over cash and seeing that transaction happen versus just swiping. So for us, we decided we're going to curb on our swiping just to see if it helps us save from spending too much. And so far, I think that it's working. So we'll see. I do also like to track my no spend stickers. I know that several of you have asked in the past if when we spend cash spending, do we still do a no spend day? And yes, because for me, our main vice was swiping. Like cash spending was never the problem. Like I said, it's something different when you're having to hand over physical cash. You start second guessing or thinking or really deciding, is it worth it? Do I really, really want this? Do I want to spend this cash on that? But with swiping, it was just really like, psh, psh. Like you don't even think about it, or we didn't anyway. So for me, I needed some motivation to swipe less. So our congratulations for no spending is for swiping only. I don't do that with cash spending because it's really just not that big of an issue. So I do give myself no spend stickers on the days that we didn't swipe from our account, just to keep us motivated a little bit and not swiping as much. So with that said, we have no spend, no spend, no, no again. I'm telling you, we've done so good. It makes these videos short, but it's making my bank account look happy. So that's it. We didn't spend anything all weekend. Anything we did spend was cash spending, which I'll show you in a bit. But we did swipe on the 17th. I did have to get some of my dog food, and I just ordered from Chewy.com. So it's just easier for me to have that. And that's on an auto shipment as well. So it came in clutch right when I needed it. So my pets, and that was for $54, and we're rounding up. And you know what I was thinking? This method of like swiping less is really affecting my ability to save my roundup, save the change challenge, because we aren't swiping as much. But that was 46 cents that we saved. By the way, I do a save the change challenge, so every purchase that we make, I round up regardless. If it's just 1 cent, like 65.01, then it goes up to 66. So that it just is like a little way to help build up an account buffer in my account. Just build it up a little bit more. But like I said, with the less swipes equals less saving on that challenge. And the other one on this day was for mental health. Every Tuesday, my girls have a mental health appointment, and it's 65 even. And I didn't do the lines on this set. I'll try and remember next when we decorate for February to make sure I do all the lines. But you can just deal with my crooked lines. The places that we would usually take from here is our account buffer. And I don't know why I was going to write my account buffer. Like, what? This is why I love these pens. I got them on Amazon. Friction Pilot, clicker, erasable pens. Love them. All right, so account buffer, which we try not to do if we can manage that. And I'm pretty sure we will. Cash envelopes, which is the money that we're going to be taking out of these envelopes. Then we have our Save the Change challenge, which this time is only 46 cents. And then the last thing I'm going to track on here is our cash spending. but that'll be after all of this. So calculating this up, we have 54 and 65, 119 is what we spent in total from our account this week. Very nice. Account buffer, I know already we're not going to pull from that because we can cover these expenses we saved for those things. All right. And since, again, this is just a small little amount of purchases, I will put these little squares on with you guys because it won't take long. Just a little checkbox. So I have a little checkbox because I'm extra. It just looks weird, like coming from before we decided to do less swiping, coming from something like this to this, it's kind of crazy. All right, so let me just go ahead and get these two out. It won't be much. It'll be $119 worth. We'll get those out. Then we'll go over our cash spending and tally all of that up. So let's go ahead and grab my pets, which is in my revolving. And we're going to flip back here to my pets. And we're getting $54. So 20, 40, 50, 51, 2, 3, and 4. This is why I like to have ones. So that leaves $5 in my pets. I'll have to build that back up before the next shipment is due to come out. But that's why we do cash envelopes. So 20, 40, 50, $4 right there. Perfect. So we have covered that cost. And then the last one is mental health, which is in my other binder. But since we're here, I am going to go ahead and pull our tracker. So we'll have it ready. This is my other set of cash envelopes that just, you know, take a little bit longer. I honestly should put mental health in the other one, but then I'd have to change up my whole setup and stuff, and I am not about that life right now. So mental health, we had our appointment, so 50, 60, 5. So that leaves 50, 100, 10, 25, 30, which is enough for 2 more appointments. But we get paid on Friday, so we'll be adding 2 appointments worth into that so that we're always 2 appointments ahead, just in case. Just in case. You just never know. So we're good on mental health. And since we're here, I'm going to go ahead and grab this tracker. These are the only 2 binders that I spin out of, so I'm not going to grab any of the other trackers. There's no point. All right, so calculating up what we pulled, we have 50, 70, 90, 100. 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 119, which is exactly what we needed to pull. All right, I just took my little thumbnail right there. So now we are going to put this in our back to the bank. There's already some in here. $4. Yes. All right. So our total that we're going to be depositing this week, actually I'll probably reuse these bills because we get paid on Friday, but 50, 70, 90, 100, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 23. So 123 that I will just subtract from what I need to withdraw on Friday, so it'll basically be depositing it. All right, so we covered everything. That's good news. Let's go ahead and look at our expenses here. These are my cash expenses. So in the back of every single one of my binders, I have a budget sheet that is dedicated to that specific binder. As we spend out of an envelope, we will write down what we spent or what envelope we took it from and how much we spent. Then on Wednesdays, I'm just calculating up how much in total we spent for cash. spending so that we can also track our cash spending so that we get an overview of how much we spent in every way, both swipe and cash. So as you can see, I have 2 purchases here. We had self-care because my boys got their haircuts, and we had my pets for 16 because I had to get some items for them. Oh God, it was a whole thing. Man, this week has been crazy. I don't know if it's just because of all the rain that we've had lately, but the ants have just like ascended upon our home in droves, armies, just trying to survive, I guess. I don't know, but they somehow got into my airtight dog food bin. So all of that dog food was ruined. Like, I call it ruined because I had to go in there and spray it with, ant spray. But all of that dog food ruined, which we were due, obviously, to get our next shipment anyway. So it came just in time. But, like, I was so mad. So we did have to go and purchase, like, 2 small bags of dog food just to tide us over until I knew this shipment was going to be there. But it was annoying. Straight up annoying. So week number 3 of this month, January, we spent a total of $16 here. Nice. So 16 in revolving. And then for week number 3 here, we spent $60 for those haircuts. Plus 60, so that's a total of $76 that we spent this week with cash, which is still not bad. But like I said, we just didn't. Like, the town has been wrecked by tornadoes, and everybody's just kind of focused up on that. So we haven't been going shopping. We haven't been doing any kind of spending unless it's absolutely needed. So haircuts and pet food needed. All right, so the last thing I like to do, let me go ahead and put these back in. I did laminate a couple of budget sheets just so that I could reuse them, repurpose them. I punched holes in them, and then I just cut a line like this so that it just makes it real easy to pop right back in, and I don't have to keep opening rings. And of course, if you were paying attention, unlike me, you would have noticed that that was not the right one. Just testing you guys, that's all. I did it on purpose. Totally. So I just like to, at each, binder, to have its own little thing so that there's no excuse to not just say, okay, I'm going to the grocery store, I'm going to grab this 20 out, go spend it, find it, and then whatever change I have, I put right here, and then whatever I did spend, just to flip back here real quick and write, got it from the grocery, and this is what I spent. And that's that. I like that. It's working out really well for me in tracking. So, all right, so now the last thing I like to do is get my actual budget book here, and we're going to flip to January, and we're going to go to my transaction log section right here. And for week 3 in swiping, we spent $119. We saved 46 cents. Let's do some math. So 724 plus 119. So $843 is what we spent. And then 65 cents plus 46 cents. We finally saved over $1. Not much. If I were swiping more, this would be a lot more. But I don't know whether to be grateful that I don't have a lot more, or I don't know. Don't know how to feel about it. All right, so cash spending, which I put down here. Week 3, we had $76. So just for our eyes, we have spent total $697 in cash this month so far. And at the end of the month, we will add whatever this balance number is plus whatever all of these are, and total it out to see how much we spent in total this month between cash and swiping. Pretty simple method in tracking your expenses, and I just like to keep it all together here so that it's in my January section. So when I'm closing out the month at the very end and I'm back here, back here, one of these pages, and I'm tracking out our spending, this is where that full bulk number will be. Pretty fun. We got this. We're doing this. So now that we're done with the WTF Wednesday portion of this video, which was pretty simple, I think, I'm going to go ahead and do the other thing I had been talking about, which was tracking my bills, what's come out so far throughout the past week. And I usually do this off camera, but I'm going to do it on camera. I think I might actually start doing this on camera from now on. I originally said I wasn't going to write numbers, but I don't know. I got a little bug up my butt and decided to write numbers. But anyway, we're going to start back here to where my bill tracker section is. These are all stickers I got from Casey Lee. I love, love, love this because it just helps me be able to see all my bills at a glance, and as they come out, I write how much they were and do all the things. So if you'll notice, I do have these separated between billing and spending. I typically like all my bills to come out of our billing account, just because that's where I like to keep all the bill money. And then I have another account that's just for spending, swiping, that type of thing. But there are some things that I don't have control over, like where the bank takes their fee from. And a lot of these are subscriptions. Is that what you mean? A lot of these are subscriptions which are tied to that other account, so that when we buy things in game or whatever, for whatever reason, they are tied to my spending account, not my billing account. If you'll notice, we do have 2 Amazon Primes, and I don't really know why. I thought that I figured out where the second one was, and we canceled that, and we did the whole thing, got the confirmation it was canceled. But then I still am getting 2 different charges. So I'm still trying to figure this out. I don't know where the second account is and why it has Prime and why I'm paying for 2 Primes. I don't know. So until I can figure it out and cancel the right one, I don't know. I tried to accuse my kids of it, and they're like, no, we always come to you when we want to buy something off of Amazon. And I'm like, I know, but something somewhere. How do I have 2 Amazon accounts? I don't know. Anyway. It makes no sense. So that's why I have them color-coded by what account they come out of, just so that I am making sure I'm checking both of my accounts for those things coming out, if that makes sense. So I don't, skip out on bills because I was only looking at my billing account and not my spending account. With that being said, the Amazon Prime for the second account did come out already, and it was again $14.99. Nothing I can do about it until I figure out which account that is, which is annoying. So that's the bill that came out of the spending account and our bank fee, which was $5. And then also, I think it was, yes, Microsoft, which this is another subscription. Nobody seems to know what it's to. So I have to figure out what that is to. I'm thinking it's probably one of my kids who maybe signed up for something and just didn't realize it. I don't know. Nobody seems to be knowing. All right, so I'm going to pull up my phone here. I'm not going to show this on camera because, personal information and everything. But as I see them, as I'm going through my account, I'll write them out here. All right, so my Cricut came out for $9.99. All right, and our water came out for $57.79. Our trash came out for $117. They just keep going up and up and up. It used to be less than $100. YouTube Premium did come out for $11.99. And that is it so far. So next week we should start seeing quite a bit of these coming out as well. Studio Paint. I thought that I had these in order for their due dates, but for some reason, I don't know, when you're on auto pay, they don't always stay the same freaking date. And I don't know why, because it was supposed to come out on the 5th, according to previous months when it came out on the 5th, and now it's not. So I don't know. This is just the nature of auto pay. This is why it's important to be a month ahead, so that whenever it does come out, you got all that money there. All right. So that's what we've spent so far in bills this month. We are getting close to being done with all of our bills. And then I'll be able to total out how much that was in total, calculate how much overage we have. If you see here, we have $223 overage, which means that the bill's calculated less than what we saved for that month, and it just builds and builds and builds. So that's basically what I've been doing. Eventually, when I get 2 months ahead officially, what I will start doing is taking that overage and withdrawing it and putting it in a buffer envelope for bills, and then just letting that grow. And if we don't use it within a year, I can reallocate it somewhere or get 3 months ahead or whatever the case may be. But that's my plan. So right now we have an overage of 223, which is basically a buffer just in case any of the bills are more than what we calculated and saved for that month. And yeah, right now it's just building. So I kind of like that. So I'm going to go back to here and let's just fill these out and check them off. So we did have YouTube Premium, which came out for $11.99. I love Premium because it allows me to skip ads without, just not see ads, period. But it also allows me to support a lot of the people that I watch on YouTube without having to watch their ads. That's my thing. I like to support, by the way, if you don't know, the only way your favorite YouTubers get paid is when you don't skip those ads. If you skip them, they don't get paid for your view. I wish it was per view, but it's not. So it's per ad view. So if you skip the ads all the time, you're not supporting your favorite content creators. You are by giving them a view, but not like monetarily supporting them. So for me, YouTube Premium is convenience of not having to watch ads or skip ads or even see ads, period. But it also allows me to support all of them by letting them get paid by my view because I have Premium. It's kind of cool that way. All right, Microsoft did come out, but this also I have Studio on here. So I don't have both, but I will write the $9.99 for Microsoft, whatever that is. One day I'll figure it out. And then bank fees also did come out, so we'll check that off. Trash came out for $117. Let's see. These haven't come out yet. No, wait, Cricut did. Cricut came out for $9.99. Sirius has not come out yet. Water did come out for $57.79. It's so hard writing this way. Then the other Prime. Let's see. I only had the one. So yeah, I just wrote $14.99 times 2 and then checked it off. But I think that's all that came out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So that's all the bills that's come out so far. And today being the 18th, gosh, this month is already flying by. I should start seeing Sirius, Internet come out. iCloud should come out before the next one. So if I start doing this with you guys every single Wednesday, which I think I should because it is kind of like purchases out of the account, just to keep everything on track, then we can calculate how much all of this added up to. We know that we saved a total of $23.50 because that's what we save every month, $23.50 for our bills. And so we'll calculate all of that up at the end of the month to see how much we were over or under, and then figure all of that out at the end. But that's how I do it because everything is on auto pay. I can do auto pay because I'm a month ahead in bills, so I will have a month in advance. So for instance, all of the paychecks this month, we are saving up for February. So by the end of the month, actually by Friday, we'll have all of February bills covered. It's nice. So I'm able to have like all of my bills on auto pay, except for medical bills, which I have to do on my own. But anyway, so that's basically it. That's all I do is just go through my account, see what's come out, write them down, check them off the list, and then by the end of the month, I can find out if we have any overages, because a lot of these are variable. Not any of these. All of these are, I love when they are, actual, but water, for instance, is variable. Electricity, gas is variable. Look, this already came out and it used to come out at the end of the month. Now it's the beginning. Phone is sometimes variable. So those things can make discrepancies, whether in the positive or negative. So we just go month by month and see what we got. I honestly can't wait to be 2 months ahead, because when I am, I'm going to change everything on how I operate with this. But anyway, this is working for me now, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. There's not really much else to do. Like, we've tracked all of our spending, we've tracked all of our bills, and we're good for another week. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you're still watching and you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love to be your weekly inspiration to keep you on track with your own budgeting journey, just to motivate you and inspire you to keep going with this. It's going to pay off in the end, and we'll do it together. I'm here for you guys. Anyway, I will see you in the next video, which will be Friday, our cash stuffing, our second paycheck for the month of January. So I'll see you guys then. Have a good night. And as always, until next time, bye.